Hi everyone, let's continue with building the custom control. So go back to your storyboard. Again, storyboard is here. Scroll and open this object library. Search for horizontal stack view. Search that, take that, go back here, drag it somewhere at the bottom, right here. That's your horizontal stack view. That's what we have here. And then you have to go back here, and then give the ratings control as a class for that. That initialize the sidecar class. We have that. Then we have to remember we have to show some buttons there, right? We have to actually show 5 buttons, but let's start with one button. So let's start writing a helper method called setup buttons. It's going to be a private method func. It's going to be only called by this class, so it's private. So we are dynamically going to create a few buttons here. So let button equals UI button, and dot background color. Let's give it as a red, so it's clear. We are inheriting from UI color. UI color defines red, blue, or other options. That's that. Then, so basically, we want to call this from both these init methods, first of all. Because if it's being initialized by the storyboard, then, like I said in the last lecture, the MS Coder version will be called. If you are dynamically adding it into the code programmatically, then the init version with the frame would be called. So it's good to have it in both places. All right, so what they're saying here is, so initially we are going to use auto layout to give the width and height of the button. So initially when the button gets passed in, when it gets created, it's going to be just like a 0.0 size button. It's just fine because we're going to use auto layout to actually give it a width and height. So let's give it some constraints. So whenever the button is initialized for the very first time, you want to give this auto resizing mask into constraints as false, because by default it comes back as true, which just tells that the layout engine that we are going to define um, the views button based on the frame size and auto sizing mask properties. There's a little bit of intermediate level knowledge, but just understand that you need to set that to false in the beginning. Basically, it disables the button's automatically generated constraints, and you're going to give your own constraints. That's what it means. So let's do that. Dot constraints false and button dot height anchor and width anchor constraint. So we're going to give it a size of 44. Print button print equals 44.0, and you have to mention that it's going to be active because you're programmatically defining the constraint. with control constraint for is active is true. That's done. Um, it creates the constraints and then the properties are laid out. It's 44 and 44. Um, so when you say is active, it's going to activate this constraint. Finally, once you have this button defined, you want to add it to your view, right? Um, so basically, it's going to add this button to the list of these views. So this is like a stack view, right? Just going to add one of these buttons to the list of views maintained by the stack view, which again is mapping to this particular class, right? So add arranged subview button. That's gonna add one of this stack. It's this button stack. Now you want to call this from both the init methods. And then if you run this app, you should be able to see one of those buttons. Right. See that, and that should be end of this lecture. That does happen. Yeah, so it's a bigger button compared to what expected, but you did see a button. So in the next lecture, we'll see why it's a bigger button and then debug. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lecture.